And again, a lot of this is about the combinations, that you put together. So let's say I'm back on that first part. And by the time you done that, you kind of got the juice flowing. But again, I'm gonna be punching.
Do y'all hear this?
And every now and again, or something, I almost had a preacher preaching it, it'd be easy.
Well,
right?
God says, well.
Now he's slow. He's preaching slow like a Baptist preacher. But I'm doing that. Then he'll modulate. Now, what do you do? When you are great in E flat.
And he goes to E natural.
In E.
Teach us.
And he modulates.
Woo!
Keep it simple.
There it is.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. You play what you can play.
You got an A.
What you don't do is pull this out.
That's
and go to transpose.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
He always transpose.
Right? You just, then he goes. And so what I've learned is I got like 4 good chords in E. Or if I know that E is, in my case I can play E, but if E is a weak key, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a minor and I'm gonna go. Now I just open myself up to G.
Yeah.
You see? And then what I'm gonna do is pray he modulates. And I'm back. Okay. Here's the last piece I say. With 2 things I want to say. Then I'll open up and then I'll be done. I hope I ain't waste y'all time.
Oh, no.
You have 115 people up here agreeing.
So to me, there are different kind of praise breaks. This is just me. This is Bible.
Yes, it is.
There's the service praise break, and then there's a sermon praise break. Your service praise break, you can do whatever you want to do. But when it's a sermon praise break, they tend to be the most spiritual, which means I need to be the most simplistic. Because my music can become a distraction to what the Holy Spirit is doing in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all might say that to y'all. I pull that mic and say, play it straight! Because they get JJ get happy on slow songs.
Hey, JJ.
But if it's let's say A flat is, and it's nothing wrong with actually playing.
Thank you.
It's not why, because these are sounds that appeal to the church, to the traditional church member. Mm-hmm. So when I'm doing all my, and I'm not knocking the brakes. What I'm saying is be tasteful with it. Because the moment you shift and it's all cymbals, and you somehow you just find a way to work into your shot. By the time you do that,
come on.
What you don't know is what church member in that order struggle with the club.
Yeah.
And when you start playing Beyonce or Rihanna, or you just start playing something you heard real nice on a shed tape, how that may pull someone out of that element. So I like to keep my sermon shouts, we're going to praise the Lord. We can keep that simple.
Yeah, I feel.
And you can do break, but always go back to, all right, and then here's the last thing I'll say, is when the shout is over, however the Spirit is flowing, you can tell, a good musician is tuned, they can tell if there's more or if it's done. Mm-hmm. Once it's done, find whatever is the next flow of that preacher or that house. It could be going to strings, it could be, but let's say I'm on the organ, so the organ is all I've got. This is a thing I've learned from Marcus. Again, so Marcus Dawson, my brother, I owe you a lot of royalties for this lesson.
Ricky said use the transpose button. He just said that.
I say I'm in A flat. It's a simple thing I've learned from him. It's just a minor. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a song. I don't know what, but it's just a minor fall. I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like. It reminds me of Chris Thomas's. That's really what it reminds me of. But you know,
They don't know. They ain't got no taste.
I do this all the time. I play this all the time.
and I'm right back in that element. Why? That makes for great talking music.
Yeah.
You know, how many people here tonight are broken and you're over, you know, I'm right there. And then it's telling you, you know, never not again gets scary. Oh, sorry. You see what I'm saying?
I need 50 people to give me $100.
Well, I hope that's not about the So, you know, and I'm doing this, I'm using the same principle. I'm taking that chord, and I'm taking that alto note out, and I'm putting an octave lower. So you can do it in any key. Yeah. Sure.
Yes.
My preference, let me tell you what I hate. This is the sound I hate. I hate this. Unless you playing a blues song, we don't need this. Unless you jazz, we don't need this on a gospel song. It's just me. It's me. So my general rule is if I'm playing, my 16th, my 8, and my 4 are gonna always be used. Now some guys play just with the 8 and the 4. You know, like and that's cool too. If you can play down here, you know you can do that. That's a lower, which gives you more of that range. But if I'm playing a song, these are gonna always be my main 3, and then that 5 in a third is coming out. And from there, then my preference is I like the 1 for brightness, but I like to balance it off with that 2 and 2/3. You know, kind of give me that. That's the Khalil Parker sound.
Yes, sir. Now that's
And then the last one I use, ironically, is the 1 3/5. I don't know why. It just has a, like when you put it in a mix, it has a crunchy sound to it that works great if you in it, but if you're not in it, that's that. I have no problem playing, like I don't play full on everything, you know, and I'll literally just adjust the drawbars. It's good to learn how the drawbars sound.
That's true.
That's honestly, that's the main thing. But I'll just adjust them to taste, like salt and pepper. I play with it. You know, by now I know, but so if you playing, you know, God is the joy and the strength of my life, then you won't be trying to do nice chords with this sound. You're making a face like you know you killing it. That's muddy, that's ugly. Just pull them back. Promise to keep it. You see, and then I'll pull that bass back. So.
Yes, sir.
My life clean every day. I want to go with him. Then I pull out. That's just my style. Why? Because speed is my gift. Just a little bit of taste.
That's it. Salt and pepper.
So that's how I flow. Everybody's flow is different. So if that's not your flow, don't do that. But I'm not, you know, that's me. So all right, any other questions? Because my time is about gone. No questions bad.
We're going back to the video.
Don't do nothing else. Listen to the tape of your preacher and figure this out.
Yeah.
This will help you, however that looks. Your preacher might be like this. Which means, and I'm gonna tell you what this is. This is the Jamal Bryant style of preaching. Up, down, up. Be seated, please. Down. You'd be a fool to try to play all up in that. You just gotta wait till you finally hear him or a preacher like that tune up at the end. But knowing your preacher is 80% of the battle. You know, and if you do that, you can't fail. All right. Any other thoughts?
What do you have for beginners? And do you feel like beginners should start off with liturgical music versus?
That's not bad. But some liturgical music can be complicated too.
Yeah.
What I would say is the greatest lesson I learned that I teach people early on is chord progression, which is, just this is the skill from the gift.
Yeah.
The chord progression is just based off the scale. So I'm in, C. C is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's the octave scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what we get the guys talking in the mic says 5, 5. Everybody goes to the 5, 4. That's all it is. The reason is because the chord progression is the same in every key. If I'm playing How Great Is Our God, How Great Is Our God is 1, How Great Is Our God, say with me, 6, How Great Is Our God, all C, 4, How Great, 5, How Great, 1 is Our God. If I go to E flat, it's the same thing. How Great, 1 is Our God. So the chord progression will help you in the early stages because it's transferable. If you just learn the chord without the theory of the progression will limit you to one key, which is how we end up transposing, because we only learn the fingering for that key.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying in essence is start with the bass note, not the drum. Great question. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I got one.
Yes, sir.
What advice could you give someone that grew up really contemporary? I grew up Ron Canoli. When we got special was Kirk. But I sweat when I walk in Kojic churches.
Yeah.
And it's not because I don't want to learn that style. When I hear it, I'm sitting, I'm listening. I look at June and I see him doing his thing. So what kind of advice would you give someone that's trying to grow there? Or is that an impossible feat? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Did you want to answer that?
Yes. I have my favorite influences was Bishop Ronald E. Brown out of South Carolina. You pull up any album he got, and a lot of his stuff is on YouTube. You actually hear the sound of the Pentecostal church. They're not Kojic, but I think it was like Five Baptized type, but real Pentecostal. If you listen to any of that, and I tell anybody when it comes to the Kojic sound, go back to Matty Moss Clock and all the Twinkie on that stuff. I mean, you're going to get annoyed because it sounds like the AM station, but you hear the response, and not every Kojic church does the Kojic thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some Kojic churches that's a little more drier than some, Baptist churches. And there's some more Baptist churches that got a little more fire than those that are named Pentecostal. I was ministering at Union Baptist, and you would thought there was a full gospel / holiness church because people just like good church. So I would say, just from my experience, Twinkie Clark and Bishop Ronald E. Brown was who I listened to, because that 90s was the year of real, like late 80s and 90s. You heard church on albums. You know what I'm saying? You didn't just hear what we got now to where people are making church choir albums or anything like that in the studio, and we trying to say, ooh, this works for church. You know what I'm saying? A lot of music that we listen to now is real commercial. So I would say pull back into the 90s, the 80s, which might not be our our preference today, but I guess if you want to hear what was, or get the response of what was now, I would say turn back to that type of stuff.
And when you sit, the only thing I add to that is when you, let's say you're coming to a
Hold on,
set
turn around so you see.
where you're naturally intimidated.
He said, why is Donald
I'm
sitting
going
like
back
that?
to that authentic
Because I'm
voice.
being treated like a veteran.
That's it.
And I might
Here's
as
how
well
I'm
sit
looking at it. I
old.
ain't trying to be funny.
Leave Donald
But if you
alone.
want to look at
Thank
the
you,
Christian
Jeff.
perspective, and I'm playing to the glory of God, or you want to look at the occupational perspective, my critics ain't paying me.
That's right.
So when
And I just
sit
realized I was sitting like a
down,
church mother, so forgive me.
I've been to services where the organ, I went to go play for a preacher, and the organ who was on the organ was better than me, and got up. But the reason he got up is because I'm there to play for the preacher. So
right.
I ain't even as good as he is. But that's fine. I'm gonna do my assignment.
That's right.
And I'm going home at night to my wife.
That's right.
So in other words, it all goes back to having a life outside of the craft, then you won't
Yo,
be
you
easily
had
intimidated by
202
it.
people. Why is it?
That's what I got, man. I feel like
210 now.
That's what I got for you.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Anybody wants to get in touch with me, see me after we turn off our Facebook Live, and I'll give you my cell phone. I'm an open book.
Yeah,
Anything
that's
I
true.
got, you can have it. There ain't no problem. So.
And also, I had a conversation with him 3-4 weeks ago when we had talked about it. He is looking for a keyboard player. Now, y'all heard his preferences. You've heard what he
It was good,
wants.
y'all.
So
See ya.